Joining us now is IPA Research Fellow Mia Schlicht. Mia, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with climate alarmism. The UK Health Secretary, or Security Agency rather, is warning that climate change anxiety is fueling mental health issues among young people. And rather than urging caution or some perspective, the report suggests yoga and climate cafes, well, they are the solution. I want to get your thoughts on that in a moment, but here is Donald Trump tearing apart climate alarmism.
Everything was a new scam, green, green, green. Look, I'm all for the environmental everything. I'm all for climate change. You know, they have new word, climate change. Used to be global warming. It's global warming. Well, that didn't work because it started coming down. They did the global cooling thing. Then they just said, we can't keep up with this. It's too much. So we'll go, perfect words, climate change. They're covered. If it rains, if it snows, if it's warm, it's climate change is destroying the world, remember? The world was supposed to have been gone 2 years ago. They gave us 12 years, Howard, to live, right? 12 years. But that was 14 years ago. The world was going to burn up, but it got actually much cooler. They know these people. It's a little conspiracy out there. We have to investigate them immediately. They probably are being investigated.
So Mia, talk to us about the UK Health Security Agency's solution to climate anxiety. I would suggest a solution would be listening to Donald Trump.
Yeah, look, I loved Trump's take on this one. I thought it was hilarious, but he is right. A lot of this climate change policy and his green agenda, it is the biggest political lie that's ever been sold. And they themselves don't take themselves seriously, because you've got to be kidding me if we've got this report coming out saying we have this flux of children in schools leaving with these mental health issues. And I think the solution is that these kids should be going out doing yoga and hanging out in climate cafes, and that might solve the mental health crisis. Like, they are just not serious about this. The climate change agenda was never about helping the environment. At the end of the day, it is all about centralised control. This is what it's about. The climate agenda was put forward to control what kind of food we can eat, how we heat our homes, what kind of cars we can drive, how we control the electricity grid. At the end of the day, that's what this is about, and I'm concerned that there are many parents who have no idea what kind of climate activism is being taught to their children in school. At the IPA, we've looked into this in Australian schools, because it's not just a phenomenon that's happening in the UK, it's also happening here in Australia, where we have young people leaving schools with these massive amounts of anxiety because they're being told that they might not have a future world to grow up in because the world may end at any given moment. Now, young children just do not have the cognitive ability to deal with such complex ideas, and rather than teaching them the skills of maths, reading, literacy, all of those kind of skills they could then use to deal with these problems, instead we're just creating these climate warriors who just leave school angry. And I don't think that many parents realise that young children are being turned into mini Greta Thunberg activists.